Hey, Dadpreneurs, Adam Dukes here. I want to share why you must embrace failure if you want to succeed in business and really if you want to succeed in life. I've failed so many damn times over the years. I actually recently, within the last year, I had a lady email me. I sent out email to my list, and I had a lady responded, and it was sharing a failure. I'm open with it. The first few years in business, I was probably ashamed of it, embarrassed. I kept it inside. I pretended like I was always winning, But that's not the case. That's fucking bullshit. We all fail. You're probably going to fail 7 times out of 10, and whatever you do. I talk about this with Facebook advertising. I'd say 75% of my ads after 5 years are still failures. I'm looking for those 2 or 3 to really ramp up, make up for those losses, and then make money. So anyways, this lady had emailed me, responded to an email of mine, and she was like, "You're more open about failure than anyone I know." And she was like thanking me, and I thanked her. That was a compliment. That was awesome. I was like, cool. That's really cool, because we all fail, and being vulnerable with it and sharing it is okay. And I think a lot of people, especially in the make money online world, a lot of people portray that they hit home runs every single at bat. They hit a grand slam every single at bat. It's all sunshine and rainbows, which is complete bullshit. It's majority of its failures. They just don't like sharing that part, because they think that people aren't going to follow them, or people aren't going to buy from them or trust them, But the weird thing is, when you share your failures and your vulnerabilities and your mistakes, they trust you more. It's kind of weird how that works out. The vulnerability is extremely powerful. Definitely recommend Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. It's a fantastic book about vulnerability. Look her talk up on TED Talks. She's got a couple, I believe, but a lot of her stuff is around vulnerability, and it's something that I wasn't too familiar with. Certainly didn't embrace vulnerability years ago. I was too prideful. I was too scared to share my losses. But you're going to fail, especially in online business. You're going to fail. You have to accept that, and that's okay. I got started in October 2010, so we are at 8 years this month. I have failed. Shit, I don't know how many times I've failed. I think I've had 6 Shopify stores. I've had 1 that was a success, multiple different business ventures. A couple were successful, 2 were successful, were okay, successful, yeah. The other ones were failures. Now, a lot of the things was I might not have been patient enough, I had too high of expectations, which is a common theme for me, and maybe threw the towel in a bit too early. But I learned from it, and looking back, and that's kind of why I like sharing the failures, and being vulnerable with it, whether it's in a video like this, the video I just shot about a failed Shopify store that I just recently had. I'll post the video up here, or post the link right up here that you can watch it after this video, though. After this video. You don't click on that yet. After this video. This is an important message, damn it. Anyways, but yeah, I like sharing it because I look at it as I try to look, what lesson can I learn? What takeaway? What mistakes did I made? And how can I improve? How can I improve from that? And then if I can share in a video, in an email, in a Facebook post, in a Quora answer, in a LinkedIn post, whatever it is, if I can help someone else avoid that same mistake, that's a win in my book. That's a lesson that I learned. That's a lesson that I can share. Speaking of relationships, Amanda moved out June 1st. Dated 8 years. We have 2 kids together, and she told me on May 12th, I remember the day, I remember it was just right around the corner here in the kitchen, said she gave up on this relationship years ago. I was fucking heartbroken. That hurt, to hear that. The word years, like it was a dagger through the heart, Weeks, okay. A month or 2, okay. Years, that hurt. But that was her truth, and I've always begged her to share her truth with me. It might hurt, but I want to hear the truth. What is it? The hurtful truth is better than a pretty lie, or something along those lines. And that's what I wanted to hear. And I didn't point fingers and yell at her and scream at her. It hurt. For a couple days, I reflected back. And I figured out what I did wrong. Well, some of the things I did wrong. Shit, we could go all day about the things I did wrong. I started picking up books and reading books about being a better man, about being a better leader, about being a better a boyfriend, partner, spouse, because I wanted to improve in those areas. Communication was a very weakness for us. And so I started reading books on communications. I'd ask people on Facebook, what's a good book on how to effectively communicate? Because I suck at it. This is something that I need to work at. I failed in the relationship, and it sucks, but I look back, what can I learn? How can I improve going forward? So in business, in life, in relationships, all of that, the failure, you have to take the responsibility for it and learn from it. So I got a little bit of notes. I try not to script these videos, which is probably pretty damn obvious. And I try to always do them just in one take, mistakes and all. screwed up words and all. I try to just do it in one take just to kind of be, I guess, authentic. And to be honest, I'm lazy. I don't want to redo the video. I used to get 20 minutes into a video and mess up one word, and then I'd record the whole video, which takes too much time. So another one is worrying about what other people think. This is, I honestly think, Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this a lot. A lot of people do. It's something that I struggle with on a daily basis, putting out these videos. What are people going to think if I talk about failures? I need to be winning all the time. I never strike out, but again, that's not real life. So screw what other people think. It's very, very hard mindset to adapt. I'm certainly not there. I'm a lot better than I was just even a couple of years ago. I'd even say this year I've improved drastically about putting myself out there, sharing, being more open and more vulnerable on these videos on Facebook, and not giving a shit what other people think. I still do, but I'm getting better at it. Not sure what to say. You'll find clarity through action. That's what I have found. Anytime I'm having self-doubt, or maybe a couple failures in a row, by just taking action, just a couple steps forward. Again, this is business, life, relationships. Just a couple steps forward, taking that action, I start feeling better about myself, start increasing the self-confidence, and then I get the confidence enough, hey, I can do this again. Like I said, I just had a failed Shopify store that I did the video on, and that sucked. I was really hoping that this was going to be a winner because it's a product I really like. It's a officially licensed football, college and NFL football, and I was really, really excited about it. I had big plans for it, and it didn't work. Like, the numbers didn't work. It wasn't converting. I spent a decent amount of money on it, but the numbers weren't adding up, and so I had to kind of say cut my losses, and I started a new store. I'm moving on. Fail fast, fail often, but always fail forward. Next one is, it's never going to be the right time, whether it's asking a girl out, whether it is starting a new business, whether it's quitting a job, whether it's moving across the country. I moved here to Las Vegas in 2006. No job lined up, about $2,500 saved up, no friends, no family. I had nothing, no roommates. My mom and I packed a U-Haul. She left after about a week, flew back to Michigan, and I was here by myself. It ended up all fucking working out. Got a job within 2 weeks and that, but that was scary. That was a huge risk, but I bet on myself, and it like I said, I've been here 12 years now, and it paid off. So was it the right time to move? I don't know, but I could have sat back in Brighton, Michigan, this little town in this little bubble, and never kind of explored, I don't want to say the world, but getting out to Las Vegas, it was a culture shock. It's a lot different out here. It's obviously, I don't know, a little over 1 million people. Town in Brighton, the surrounding community is about 20,000. So it was a huge culture shock for me. No such thing as perfect. This is another big one. This is my buddy, actually, Mario Brown. He's a big internet marketer. He always talks about imperfect action. That's what it's about, taking that imperfect action. It's never going to be perfect. Just get it out there, whatever it is, a blog post, a video, a podcast, a product, a Shopify store, a new service, whatever it is. It's never going to be perfect. All my websites, my Adam Dukes website, AdamDukes.com website, I started it probably in 2011 or 2012. It's nowhere near perfect. It'll never be perfect. It's an ongoing thing. I'm always trying to tweak things, maybe change this, change that, change the settings, change the colors. It's always a work in progress. All my Shopify stores over the years, they were never perfect. They were never ready. When I launched the first one, I didn't have a logo. I didn't have an about page. I didn't have terms of service page. I didn't have it. I had like 3 products on the store, and I made a sale. I had nothing. It was like a blank store. I'd never set up a Shopify store before, but I just took fast action, and that's what it takes, and then I got that confidence. That first sale was like, oh shit, this is pretty cool. Then I started working on the store more and more and more and more and more. So imperfect action. It's constant trial and error. Again, this is business, life. It doesn't matter. Dating, if you want to say. It's constant trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. I always use the reference in baseball because I'm a huge sports fan. If you bat 300, meaning you get 3 hits out of 10, you're almost a shoo-in, almost a legitimate, almost a guarantee, I'd say, to get into the Hall of Fame by hitting 300 out of 1,000. So you get out 7 times, you hit 3 times, and you're Hall of Fame. You're the best of the best. You're the top 5% of all baseball players to ever play. Probably the top 1% of all baseball players to ever play. You get out more than twice as many times. You get out 7 times, you get 3 hits, and you're a Hall of Fame. Think about that. That's really crazy. If you start 10 businesses, you probably have 1 or 2, maybe 3 successes. Facebook ads, I talk about this a lot. 75 to 80% of my ads after 5 years, they still fail, but I'm just looking for those 1, 2, possibly 3, those winners, probably dating as well. I haven't dated in years, so, but I'm sure this analogy works. 10 women you go out on a date with, or you go to talk to, probably going to get rejected 7 or 8 times, but you're just looking for those 1 or 2, maybe 3, So that baseball reference really helped me, that Hall of Fame reference. Those guys get out, they average getting out more times than they get hits. Kobe Bryant's another example. I think LeBron James, I can't remember, field goal percentage, which is made baskets, is like 43%. Which means he misses 57%. LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, I can't remember which one it is. Top 5 NBA basketball players of all time, and he misses more shots than he makes. He's the top 5 NBA players of all time, like the 1% of the 1%. So really think about that. That's really powerful. Those sports analogies are a big one. And then the last one, I just got done watching a video on Gary Vaynerchuk. I've watched it. I came across it last night. It's a little clip. It's excellent. I'll link it down in the comments because I want everyone to see it. It's about entitlement, but he talks about it's all in your head. It's a mindset game. I've talked about this on this channel. I've talked about it for years. It's 90%, not just business, but life. It's 90% in your head and 10% strategy, tactics, what happens to you. It's all up here. It's all up here. And I didn't really learn that till I read The Miracle Morning in 2014 and The Slight Edge, The Power of the Mind. And I thought it was all strategy and tactic based for business success back from 2010 to 2014. And then 2014, I really learned this is a mindset game, man. I know plenty of stuff for marketing. Not like bragging or anything, but I've been in that business for 8 years and know plenty of stuff. I know how to do, I don't want to say everything, but I know how to do quite a bit marketing wise. But this is what I struggle with and what I continue to struggle with. Like I said, I've made vast improvements over the years, but it's a mindset game. It's all in your head, the self-doubt, the negativity, comparing yourself to others is a big one. And then the big one, like I said before, is worrying about the judgment of others. That is the biggest one. That's what holds, I'd say, 93.7% of people back, if not more than that, the judgment of others. And then the social media comparisons, I'm not as far as this person. I do it. I still do it. And that's something that's so stupid, to compare yourself to others. I forgot who said it, but he said the comparison is the thief of joy. So that's it for now. That's another video. I actually planned on sitting down here to do one video. I think I just rattled off 3 or 4. I kind of get in that video mode and just kind of get the mojo and just hit record. I just went back to back to back to back. I think they were all one take. I haven't even got up from the chair, just rapid fire. Sometimes you kind of get in that zone that they talk about, or in flow. So, hey, if you like this stuff, if you're a dad, an aspiring dadpreneur, if you want to start a side hustle business, if you enjoy marketing, like I said, I talk about relationship failures. Can talk about that all day long. Raising kids, marketing, mindset, making money online. So I cover a lot of topics. You don't necessarily have to be a dadpreneur. You can certainly just be a dad. If you like this stuff, hit that red subscribe button down below. And hey, what do you think about failure? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it, because I know I could certainly learn from a failure, or how you handle failure, how you deal with failure, and I know the community could too. So post a comment down below, but don't forget to hit that red subscribe button along with that bell notification, so you get a little notification up in the upper right hand corner when I put out a new video. Thank you.